Conversational past, part 6. So we don't always use haben as our helping verb. There are a few verbs where we will use sein, and that's the reason why at the beginning of the year I had said that haben and sein are the two most important verbs in the German language, because we use those with past tense. So I've got some sentences here. We're going to be looking at them and maybe looking at the difference between them to see why some verbs may use sein and if we can categorize those to make it a little easier. Okay, sentence number 1. Der Student hat ein Videospiel gespielt. Student has played a video game, or the student played a video game. Nummer 2. Wir sind nach Kanada gefahren. Sind gefahren. So this is one of those where we have used sein as our helping verb. Notice that all I have to do is conjugate it like I normally have. And I have that together with the verb gefahren or fahren. Fahren will always use sein for the most part in its conversational past form. Sie hat lange getanzt. She danced for a long time, or she has danced for a long time. Die Kinder haben eine Brezel gekauft. The children have bought a pretzel, or the children bought a pretzel. Ist im See geschwommen. He has swum in the lake, or he swam in the lake. And the last one, ich bin nach Deutschland gereist. This one also uses sein. Okay, so the difference between these, the way to figure out when to use haben and when to use sein, you need to look at this verb at the end, and that is going to be the thing that tells you whether or not to use haben or sein. Notice that the ones that use sein, they all have verbs of motion. Fahren, schwimmen, reisen. These all have people who are moving from point A to point B. If you're driving, you're going from point A to point B. Schwimmen, you're going from point A to point B. You're going to swim from here to there. Ich bin nach Deutschland gereist. Traveling, you're not going to travel in one place. You're going to move. You're going from one place to the other. So when you have a verb that moves from point A to point B, that is going to be when you use sein. Now, every year someone asks me, well, what about tanzen? You're moving. Well, you're not dancing from here over to the door. You're not going to travel by dance. You may be dancing around, but you're not traveling to another city by way of dancing. So that's why we're not going to classify this one as sein. This one is still going to be haben. There may be a couple of other exceptions that you may see every now and then. For example, the verb bleiben, to remain. For some reason, it uses sein as its helping verb, but these are very rare. Another one that uses is to die, sterben. And you may think, well, that's kind of odd. Well, if you die, ich bin gestorben, you are going somewhere. You may be going up or you may be going down, but you're traveling from point A to point B. So that's why we have sein with sterben. For the most part, though, we're going to classify that as point A to point B motion, and that's when you use sein instead of haben. Tschüss.